Hey, what's up guys? Malt here, and... Did I save? Probably did. Let's go. We have to see what the hell we're gonna do about this whole situation. Wow, it's really dark in here. We're on the last day of the court. With barely any evidence. We failed, haven't we? I said I heard you. And say something. What do you want me to say, Dylan? Don't worry, it'll all be okay. We'll go out for a beer with Terry after the trial when everything wraps up nice and neat. How dare you? How dare you stand there and make jokes? Terry's life is riding on this. He believes in you. Your Honor, I wish to change my plea. Yeah, well, so did Anya. Right up until the third day of her trial when she changed her plea to guilty. Anya Miller pleaded guilty? I didn't know that. Is that why you haven't gone to visit her in jail? Isn't that obvious? Nina, do you want to know something? What? I've known you for less than a week, and in that time I've seen you do amazing things. I don't think your real problem is that Anya Miller stopped believing in you. I think your problem is that you stopped believing in yourself. Get out. Nina, I just... Out. Must you walk through both the chairs on the way out, too? Who does he think he is? He's known me less than a week. Damn telemarketers, I'm in no mood. Listen, I don't care what you're selling. Stop calling this... Miss Aquila. You must have made a mistake. This is Anya Miller's phone. I know, but I'm calling to speak to you. What are you selling? I'm not a telemarketer. You've played one hell of a game over the last few days, Miss Aquila. Commendable, even. But you started your first turn with a bad hand, and you've been playing catch-up ever since. What are you talking about? What do you want? I want to deal you back in. Leave your office and head south. Cross the railway tracks, and on the other side, near the port, you will find several warehouses. One of these warehouses stands alone, adjacent to several large piles of gravel. Make your way there now. And if I don't, then tomorrow you'll have to watch as your client is sent to the graveyard. Who the hell even was that? Go to the warehouse district alone at this time of night? But do I really have a choice? They called via Anya's phone. I have to find out what they want. Okay, that's something. There's more things happening. Alright. Kind of feel bad that she yelled at... Why would she have to yell at poor old Dylan? Dylan didn't deserve this. Past the railway tracks. How do I even get to the railway tracks? What railway tracks? How do I even get where it's telling me to go? Oh, there's the railway oh, I see. Past the railway tracks. All the way over here-ish? That's weird. The rain stopped. And that's a bright full moon. Wait, I went past it. Warehouse number 8, Old Warehouse District, December 7th, 11:54 p.m. Hello? Anyone here? This is nuts. Well, now I'm here. I might as well have a look around. Look at that shadow effect. Cool. That's far enough, Miss Aquila. Who's there? Show yourself. Nina Aquila, 24 years old, born in Vancouver, Canada. What? She's cool. She's Canadian like me. Defense attorney, protege of Anya Miller. Orphan. What in the world? They're wearing some kind of light-up mask. What the hell is this all about? Who are you? That is not why I brought you here. I need to know who I'm dealing with and if I'm going to trust whatever you have to say. Then leave disappointed. Wait! Fine, I'll play by your rules. What the hell is this all about? Why am I here? Why did you bring me here? Still making random moves. Random moves? Allow me to answer your question with another question. Does a rook know the intent of the hand that moves it, or the knight, or the bishop? Well, no, they're chess pieces. What does that have to do with anything? What the hell is this all about? Chess? There's a game being played, Miss Aquila. A game of chess. In a matter of speaking. Fledge City is on the board. Most of the people are simply pieces yet, even though you did not even know the rules. In you, I recognize a fellow player. I'm not here for games. A pity. But not expected. Unexpected. Makes sense. You're not making any sense. What does this have to do with anything? What if I were to tell you that in your recent moves, the odds have been stacked against you? What do you mean? You've been searching for a solution to an unsolvable problem. Why then do you persist? Tell the truth, I'm on the verge of giving up. But you came here at my request. Why? Because Terry is innocent. Of course he is. He is a piece, not a player. He's not a counter on a board. His life is in jeopardy. You didn't think he should have asked for the mercy of the court? You mean plead guilty? Judge Tani might have shown him a measure of clemency, but now the case has been dragged out for 6 days. I want to help him. Was I your only reason? Pure altruism? You had no personal stake in this? None at all? Nothing to prove? Screw this. Terry Scrub asked for my help. Everyone else in the city had turned him away, and that was all that he has left. Sure, I'm dealing with my own issues, but I don't believe an innocent person should have to plead guilty to a crime they didn't commit. I believe that now. It's as strong as I believed it back then. I agree. I do so hate to see a player labor under an unfair roll of the dice. And to this end, I can provide you a better draw on your next turn. I gotta admit, I'm a tad skeptical. Your act with the mask, the warehouse, it's theatrical. Full marks for that. But I don't know what you could say that would make much difference to Terry's case. Not say, give. Take this. The Black Lily. A DFA card? It is the Black Lily. The only one of its kind. Wait, is this? Yes. How could you possibly have this? You're not going to answer that, are you? Well, that answers that. You must return this card to me tomorrow. That is my only condition. It's impossible. If I present it in court, Prosecutor Hawk will insist to take in evidence. You'll remind Judge Tani of a precedent. Jackson versus Regis. Wait, I know that one. Wasn't it about a lottery ticket? Tani will permit you to keep the card on this basis. I will wait here for your return. But wait, this is just a children's trading card. Can't you give me something more concrete? Who killed De Silva? Marcus? No. What? Surely not Axel? No. Then who? Examine the card, Miss Aquila. You have everything you need. The board is set, the decks are shuffled. And now it's time for you to play. I don't know what it is, but despite the mask, there's something strangely familiar about that person. Is it Anya? This is the end of the day. It's recommended you save your game. Yeah, okay, sure. What the hell is happening right now? What is happening? How are they going to wrap it all up like this? Seems kind of impossible, honestly. Cool. Getting up in time for court is easier when you haven't really slept. All that way last night for a trading card. Rare or not, I don't see how that could possibly help Terry and Dylan. No time to worry about that now. Let's get to the courthouse. District Courthouse, Courtroom B, December 8th, 8:57. Court Day 3. In accordance with the 3-day statute, I will render a verdict at the end of the next trial day. Da Silva was murdered, and your client was found standing over his body. The facts have not changed. It's going to end here one way or another. Miss Aquila, Chad. Burned some calories though that running around yesterday. I said I heard you. Do you think you're funny, Chad? I think I am, because you aren't. All rise for the Honorable Judge Tani. Please be seated. We are assembled here for the third day of trial for Terry Scrub, who stands accused of murder in the first degree. This will be the final day of. Looks like Dylan didn't turn up after all. Can't say I blame him. It isn't easy watching your friend be sentenced. And I snapped at him. That didn't probably help. Miss Aquila. Oh, please pay attention. This trial has gone on long enough as is. Sorry, Your Honor. The defense is ready. Very well. Mr. Hawk, please make your opening statement. Of course. The prosecution continues to assert that Terry Scrub is guilty of the murder of Joel Da Silva. However, on the second day of the trial, it was suggested the culprit of another crime, namely the safecracker thief, could have found their way to the victim's room. That hypothetical scenario would cast reasonable doubt on our knowledge of the actions of the defendant. The prosecution disputes this interpretation of events, and today I will present indisputable proof that this could not have been the case. Indisputable proof that the thief wasn't involved in the murder? What do you have, Hawk? Thank you, Mr. Hawk. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Mr. Scrub? Yes, Your Honor? Just like our last day in court, at this time, I must ask, have you reconsidered your plea? Well, I mean, if you're willing to end these proceedings, I may be inclined to show you some leniency. Given your prior record of only petty crimes, I would consider commuting the death penalty to life imprisonment. Guilty? Yes, Your Honor. I wish to plead guilty to the prosecution's charges. Anya, why are you doing this? Speak to me! Well, in light of your years of service as a public defender, I'm willing to show some measure of leniency. I don't want to, but... Miss Aquila, what do you advise? What am I supposed to say? Why did that person even give me that extra piece of evidence? I'm so sorry, Terry. I still believe you're innocent. I can't see a way through this. This is when Dylan shows up. I object! Terry, you know you're innocent. Give Miss Aquila a chance. Dylan? Right here, boss. And I brought help. Be strong, Scrub. Miss Aquila believes in you. We all do. Maybe he really is innocent. Surely he's going to change his plea. I don't know. Order! Order in the court! Your Honor. I did not kill Joel Da Silva. I will plead my innocence until the very end. Very well, Mr. Scrub. The court recognizes your plea. You and Nina are all I've got, so make it count, D-bro. Your Honor, can I request a momentary recess? I'll allow it, but it will be brief. Hey. Dylan, the way I acted yesterday, it's fine. I'm trying to apologize to you, I know, and you should. You were being an ass. But I'm telling you it's okay. T-Ro's my friend and so are you. So what's the plan, boss? Hawk says he can prove the safecracker thief didn't kill Da Silva. Not good. But last night, after you left, I managed to find another piece of evidence. How? There's no time to explain all that. The thing is, I think I know what this evidence really is, but not how it helps Terry. I'm keen to resume, Miss Aquila. We'll just have to make it up as we go along. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Prosecution, bring forth your first witness. The prosecution calls Marcus Steele to the witness stand. Strange. I know. Steele doesn't seem to be his usual dynamic self. Mr. Steele? Mr. Steele! I'm sorry. What was that, Mr. Steele? The witness is apologizing, Your Honor. Heavens, why? Because Marcus Steele wishes to admit to a crime. Wait, is Marcus about to admit to... No, he can't be admitting to the murder. What? Don't be ridiculous. Seriously, Aquila? I was expressing my disbelief, Chad. Yesterday, Mr. Steele came to my office. He was concerned that the accusation that he was involved in the murder could affect his career. So much so he wishes to clear up this matter once and for all. Mr. Steele, explain why you were unable to be involved in any way with the Joel Da Silva murder. I came to the city with one goal, to defeat the Sinister Three, the snooty trifecta at the apex of competitive DFA. In order to secure that heroic victory, I had to score a blow against my strongest opponent, Joel Da Silva. I sought to defeat him at DFA, and to that I needed a competitive edge. Please skip the preamble, Mr. Steele. Why couldn't you have been involved with the murder? I could not have been involved in the murder because I was elsewhere when the murder took place. Oh no. What is it? Why has everyone gotten so tense? I think Marcus is about to say that I broke into the safe and stole Joel Da Silva's rare card. He was a thief? I would have never known. Doesn't seem particularly heroic. Order? Order in the court. Mr. Steele, surely you understand that by confessing to this, you are admitting to have lied under oath, as well as confessing to the crime of grand larceny? Marcus is the safecracker thief? Seems hard to believe. It's because it isn't true. How do you know? I don't know for certain, but I don't believe it. Not one bit. There's one good thing about this, though. Marcus has confessed to a crime and just so he can have an alibi. He must have a very good reason to do that. And I can only think of one. You think Let's see how he stands up to the cross-examination. If he gives an inch, I'll nail him to a wall. I will lay down my life in the name of the hot-blooded heroism. Mine is the deck that will deal the heavens. I broke into that safe and I can prove it, Your Honor. Our investigation of the safe's camera system showed that it had been tampered with and only recorded static. However, the file headers in that video show the feed was restored at the exact same time the murder took place. This means the thief must have been near the safe at the time of the murder. It's impossible for the thief to have killed Joel Da Silva. And Marcus Steele here has confessed to being the thief. I see. Shocking though this revelation is, I find your logic difficult to dispute, Mr. Huck. Mr. Steele, the court recognizes your confession of guilt and we will deal with your transgressions at a later date. For now, are you prepared to make a formal statement? Ready and willing, Your Honor. Witness statement. It's true. I broke into the safe. I took Da Silva's rare card, which was found inside. I took around a half an hour. I didn't realize Da Silva had been murdered until later that day. Very well, Miss Aquila. You may begin your cross-examination. You're lying, Steele. I don't quite know exactly why, but I'm going to prove it. It's true. I broke into the safe. Are you an accomplished thief, Mr. Steele? Well, I'm not just a pretty face. My career background before streaming and before DFA was in microelectronics. I performed factory assembly of electronic components, soldering, that kind of thing. Really? Objection! The witness's former profession is beyond contention. I looked into when he first came to me. I looked into this when he first came to me. Marcus Steele is an expert in microelectronics, even extending to computer control systems such as for the safe. Chad's belief that Marcus could have done it seems sincere. Best to move on to another topic. I took Da Silva's rare card, which I found inside. Hold it! You just took it? You said that like it's hard to believe. The card was in a nondescript package, but it was prominently left on a countertop inside the safe. It looked about the right size, so I opened it to find the card sealed in a Silver Pro card defender. A card defender? Used to protect... I know what a card defender is, Hawk. Nina? Isn't there something strange about what Marcus just said? You feel this is important? Yeah, of course. I believe it's important. I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your testimony? Okay. It was sealed inside of a card defender. Hold it? What sort of card defender? One by Silva Pro. They're the best. I could tell it was a Silva Pro on the moment I picked up the card. They're unmistakable to a pro duelist like me. Isn't there something strange about what Marcus just said? Like what? I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem like something doesn't add up, I'm sure of it. It took around half an hour, I didn't realize... Okay, hold on, wait. Sealed inside a card defender, why is this weird? Why is this weird? The single empty card defender? Card mat? I mean, I have a card defender. The text claims I can summon a dragon that can reveal the future. Something was stolen from hotel safe. I guess I can just try presenting the card defender, but before I do that, I'm going to save because I don't want to die. Alright, let's see.
Objection!
Okay. Marcus, if you please, could you describe how a Silva Pro card defender works? Of course. card defender is like a sleeve. You can insert cards in them to prevent cards from being damaged during play. They come in various colors and designs, but the base version is transparent and has a glossy finish. Glossy? And DFA cards are normally matte, aren't they not? They feel slightly rough to the touch. That's right. Here goes. Deep breath. Mr. Steele? Yes? You're lying. What?
Objection!
Really, Aquila? What possible relevance? Objection. Your Honor, please examine this piece of evidence. It was found at the murder scene on the victim's desk. What is it? A card defender, Your Honor. To be precise, a Silver Pro card defender. Oh, I see. What? What do you see? He's catching on, Marcus. De Silva's room, the murder scene, has been a mess. It looked like someone had been searching for something, say perhaps a particular rare card, but the card wasn't there. De Silva had already taken it out of his card defender and sent it down to the safe. And he left the defender on his desk. Don't be ridiculous. The entire room, including that piece of evidence, were extensively tested for fingerprints. If De Silva had removed a card from it, Your Honor, the defense would like to remind the court that many people present at the casino were wearing card-handling gloves to prevent fingerprints. Regardless of that, Your Honor, any card could have been in that card defender. It could have even been a spare. Admittedly, that's true. But I put this to you, Hawk. Isn't it unusual that at the murder scene, we found one single empty card defender? And even if it was a spare, why just one? They're sold in packs of 100. Surely even you can concede to that. Well, it must have just been a spare. Because I'm telling you, I stole the card. He's hiding something, and I'm starting to think I know what. I keep thinking of what Ramius said. Most people can be manipulated given the right circumstances. But I don't know much about Marcus. How could he be coerced? And who in their right mind would blackmail Marcus into killing Joel De Silva? Something here doesn't add up. Do you have the card? What? You said you stole the card. Do you have it right now? It's a reasonable question, Steele. Put up the goods, Steele. Rexennial thirst for the card, Marcus. Order. Order in the court. Mr. Steele, in the interest of keeping these proceedings on track, do you have the card in question? I do, yes. Wonderful. May we see it? I prefer not to reveal it, Your Honor. And how can you justify that? Out of respect for the memory of Joel De Silva. You hated him. You just don't understand a duelist's pride. I disliked De Silva and all he stood for, but I respected him as a duelist. Oh, spare me. Seems like we're in trouble. We need Marcus to reveal the card he has. I think that problem's about to resolve itself. A duelist's pride, Marcus? Don't make me laugh. You have no duelist honor. Sit down, Mr. Reyes. You think yourself the hero of your own story? Sneaking around, stealing cards? Don't push me, Axel. You don't have De Silva's rare card. I don't even know you know what to do with it. You got nothing. Mr. Reyes, cease your outburst and sit down immediately or I'll have you removed from this courtroom. I do have De Silva's rare card. It's right here. Pancration the Clawed Giant. But, silence, Mr. Reyes. Well, that is a card with a legendary rarity, and it's a light leaf type. Some often played with leaf type cards. Witness, if you wish to present that card to the court, you will need to make another statement. Oh, I'll make another statement, alright. I didn't want to ruin De Silva's intended last surprise, but here's the card, Pancration the Clawed Giant. De Silva must have been worried that someone would try to steal it from his room. Very well, Miss Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. Great, Axel managed to goad him into showing his hand. We're approaching the end of the line here, I can feel it, but I still don't have a clear picture of what exactly happened. I'd love to hear what Axel had to say before the judge silences him. What am I missing? Still, I don't have a choice. I have got to get out on a limb. Okay. So I guess I gotta do a lot of pressing here. Man, I haven't really been saying it much, but I really, really, really do respect how well the story has been written together. And how similarly to Ace Attorney it's managed to be. Like, seriously, it's really, really impressive. So if the developer is watching this, very good job. Very good job. Okay. Let's see this. Press. I'm sure you're just tearing yourself up, and I'm sure it's just tearing you up inside. Your Honor, the defense is badgering the witness. Sustained. Please refrain from personal attacks, Miss Aquila. Here's the card, Pancration. Oh yeah? Hold it. Why would Joel De Silva keep that card secret? Well, it's extremely rare. De Silva has had many of the rarest cards around. Easy when you're a billionaire. Duelists always want to surprise their opponents with powerful cards. Maybe he was waiting to reveal it in the final. De Silva must have been worried someone would try to steal it from his room. Smart when you consider that what there really was a thief about, I suppose. card Marcus revealed is rare, sure, but I can go one rarer. Time to go out on a limb. Oh, so I really just straight up just gonna present it. Alright, here we go, I guess.
Objection!
Here we go. Mr. Steele, I'm sure the court has been very impressed with your desire to come clean about stealing that card. I may have done it for heroic reasons, but it still felt bad, you know? I'm sure it does, and that it would be admirable. Were it not a pack of lies.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must protest. Mr. Aquila has offered no concrete evidence to suggest that the witness is lying. Your Honor, I wish to present a piece of evidence to the court, but following the precedent of Jackson versus Regis, I must insist that this evidence does not leave my possession.
Objection!
Your Honor, surely you won't entertain this order. Miss Aquila, I'm sure you're aware of your particular precedent can only be invoked if the evidence in question is a valued possession that is of direct irrelevance to your pursuit of justice. If this evidence is not definitive, I will hold you in contempt of court. Are you certain your evidence is definitive? Yes. It is, Your Honor. Marcus, you're lying. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You didn't steal that card from the safe. I'm not, because the card that was in your safe, that was in the safe, isn't in your possession. It's in mine. Your Honor, a third party who shall remain anonymous handed me this card last night. This is the card that was stolen from the safe, the Black Lily. Is that it? That's it. That's the Silva secret super card, I'm sure of it. Heavens, is it valuable? Inconceivably. If I could interrupt. Before you get too carried away, Aquila, you have no proof that this card was in fact De Silva's rare card. But Axel, Mr. Reyes merely expressed his opinion. Remember what he said during our previous day in court? I can defeat Joel De Silva, and a secret as yet unseen rare card. Mr. Reyes has already admitted that he does not know precisely which card De Silva was hiding. He's right. I don't doubt Mr. Reyes' expertise in this area, but that doesn't change the fact that De Silva's card was a secret. No one present in this courtroom can genuinely say they know what it was. To say a third party gave it to you, but it would be improper to call that proof. Plus, this line of discussion does nothing to suggest that Mr. Steele had anything to do with the murder. It merely shows that he was not at the safe. Yeah. So unless you can suggest a witness that can make a statement to that effect, I find this tangent entirely redundant. But I got so bogged down in proving Marcus was lying about his alibi, I lost sight of the reason why we're doing this. Proving Marcus's alibi was flawed isn't going to be enough after all. I need to somehow connect him to the murder scene. There was a typo there. Miss Aquila, I believe you are sincere in your desire to help your client, but you have made an accusation, and your evidence is suspect at best. It would be a great waste of the court's precious time. What, am I really that far off base? Things seem to be going so well. Oh no, it's all happening again. In truth, I found your wild accusations unbecoming of a defense attorney. Anya Miller would have never— Anya isn't here, Hawk. Dylan? Nina is, and she's a great defense attorney. You can do it, Nina. A duelist never backs down. Come on, Nina. Remember what I said? This isn't about Anya or what happened before. This is about the here and now. You're a bona fide legal eagle, and I know you could do this. I know that you know it too. I just... Screw it. I'm sick of this. I'm good at what I do, and I'm gonna prove it. Time for one last mulligan on this hand. Alright? Think, Nina. The idea of hiring and blackmailing Marcus to steal De Silva doesn't hold water. Now, Marcus is claiming to have stolen a rare card as an alibi. It works too because Marcus has a good motive for wanting the card, but a poor motive for murder. No one has a motive for murdering De Silva, or at least not a good one. Grah, we need a theory which fits the facts, so let's flip our base assumptions and see what we get. This all came about because of De Silva's death. So our most fundamental assumption is that De Silva's murder was the reason that any of this happened. But the presence of the safecracker thief and what Marcus said to Ramius worked backwards. Ramius told someone that De Silva had that rare card, and that was the catalyst for the sequence of events that led to De Silva's murder. What if the card was the target all along? Maybe De Silva's death wasn't even meant to happen. That means Marcus was never blackmailed into killing De Silva. He was blackmailed into getting his rare card. DFA players exchange rare cards when people win or lose. What if that was Marcus's plan, to beat De Silva and take his card? But DFA Arena wasn't set up on the day that De Silva was murdered. Marcus would have had to duel somewhere else. Somewhere private. Like De Silva's hotel room. So after Terry played De Silva in the hotel lobby, Marcus goes to De Silva's room. He gets there quickly due to having a stairwell pass. They play DFA. Marcus, against all odds, wins his game with De Silva. He asks for De Silva's rare card, but De Silva doesn't have it. He's already placed it in the safe. Marcus must have been furious. De Silva gives him that clawed giant card instead, which Marcus tried to trade with Ramius on the following day. Then... Come on, Nina, think. I can picture them, facing each other. The game's just ended. Cards are strewn over the table. Your monster is still summoned from the game. Summoned monsters. Summoned monsters. That's it. You want proof, Hawk? Then I'll be more direct. Marcus? Yeah? What's this all of a sudden? Under oath, did you kill Joel Da Silva? Ha! Did you ever see Da Silva? He was a man-mountain. A bodybuilder. I never laid a finger on him. I thought you might say that. Fortunately, there was one other witness who was part of the events that day. Preposterous. The prosecution accounted for every person on site at the hotel. Every person, maybe. But not every witness. What? What? Sorry, Ramius, but there's no other way. Check yourself before you deck yourself, Steel. I cast the Black Lily and summon Crameus, Dragon of Foresight. Okay, so the killer is going to be a card. Order. I will have order. That's brutal. That's a dragon. Miss Aquila, will you explain this at once? Your Honor. You really just summoned a dragon in the courtroom. Alright. This is Crameus, Dragon of Foresight. The spirit bound to the card named the Black Lily. Spirit? I thought this game was played with holograms. Your Honor, if I may. Please do, Mr. Ray. I think I need to hear from someone who still has a grip on what's going on. The term hologram is used by DFA players, but my company's never quite understood how the cards work, despite intensive study. Our efforts to reproduce whatever the technology is embedded in the cards always result in failure. So you're saying the cards summon real monsters with real magic? That seems to be the inescapable conclusion. There are, after all, various forms of practical magic, though they usually require years of training to master. Crameus. Yes, Summoner. You are said to be the Dragon of Foresight. Why is that the case? I am gifted with divine foresight. You can see the future? In a manner of speaking. For instance, the man behind me is about to say, surely that's not possible? My predictions of near future events are flawless. The farther into the future I peer, the less firm events become. So in the distant future, it's less reliable. Yes, I see. I tire of this plane of existence. I will answer you 3 questions, and 3 questions alone. Make them quick. Did you foresee Joel Da Silva's death? Yes, I foresaw he would be killed in an argument over the possession of my card, the Black Lily. In an attempt to circumvent this, he said that he would move my card into safekeeping. However, I foresaw that this would not prevent his death. Every path I could see ended in darkness. He asked if there was anything he could do that would meaningfully modify future events. I advised him to remove my card from his card defender, so that I could see this affecting the future in some way, though the exact reason was unclear at the time. One question asked to remain. In that case, when you foresaw his death, was the killer this man standing before you? No. That means... Wait, what? I do not see the killer in this room. 2 questions, you may only ask 1 more. Problem with your pet dragon, Aquila? Give it a rest, Hawk. Think, Nina. I can ask him if Terry did it, but even if he says no, the court will accept the dragon's statement on its own as a pivotal piece of evidence. Marcus didn't kill Da Silva, but someone did. Who else was there? Who else could have... Speak your question. I tire of this plane of existence. Okay, one last look at the evidence. I need to choose my words carefully. Who or what actually killed Joel Da Silva? F? Is it F? Acting under whose orders? I don't... Wait, what? Oh, God. Oh, God, dude. What? What am I what? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I'm just putting random stuff down right now. No, that is not correct. But But I was so sure. Come on, you could do this. Marcus didn't actually choke De Silva to death, but he was certainly involved. What was he so desperate to get from De Silva? And what could he have used to try and threaten De Silva that he could have accidentally led to his death? Think, Nina. I could ask him... Okay. I think I have an idea. Speak your question. At least lets me try again. I think it was pancreation because of the claw marks, right? There's like stab marks. This guy has long claws, so it was probably this guy because he's also big. Acting under whose orders? Marcus Steele. Why did they do it? What were they trying to gain? The Black Lily. Cramius. It was Pancration the Clawed Giant who killed De Silva by accident. He was acting under the orders of Marcus Steele in a bungled attempt to force Joel De Silva to give him the Black Lily. Is this true? What you have said matches the events I foresaw.
Objection!
Pa! Are we really going to believe this? The word of a magical dragon summoned from a children's trading card. The court respects only one thing, evidence. I doubt there's a single shred of evidence to support this cockamamie theory. The victim was killed by a monster summoned from a card game. There's got to be a piece of evidence that proves that De Silva was killed by the Clawed Giant. Yeah, the freaking... the death certificate. Wait. Where's the full autopsy? I swear I had it somewhere. The one that proves oh, there it is. Kill had long fingernails, yep. That's where you're wrong, Chad. It's been staring at us in the face this whole time on De Silva's very body. Look at his autopsy report. It can't be. And yet it is. Joel De Silva was choked to death by a strong assailant with long fingernails. Or more likely, claws. Joel De Silva was killed by the Clawed Giant, and there's only one person we know of who could have commanded it. Someone who killed De Silva without ever laying a finger on him. Someone who assumed after hearing something valuable of De Silva had been stolen from the safe, they could pretend that they had stolen it, and use that as their alibi. Marcus Steele. No! 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 It's not gonna end like this. I won't. It won't. I won't let it. No one will stop me from becoming the very best. I summon Pancration the Clawed... I summon my fist into your face! No! My cards! My precious, precious cards! Bailiff, arrest that man! This has certainly been an eventful few hours. Mr. Hawk, has Marcus... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, Your Honor, we plan to pursue charges of murder, attempted grand theft, and perjury. Though there's something I fail to understand. What put Marcus up to the task of killing Joel De Silva? Who convinced Marcus to try and kill De Silva? F. Your Honor, the defense believes that Marcus was coerced by an unknown agent to enter the tournament. He was hired to murder De Silva, but who would do such a thing? Steele isn't exactly an imposing figure. It's customary in ranking DFA duels for the winner to take a card from the loser. Correct, I suspect this was the plan. There was nothing legal about it. Steele went to De Silva's room and had beaten him in a duel, but De Silva had already sent the Black Lily down to the safe. Steele attempted to use his giant to force De Silva to cooperate. Then the victim's death was an accident? In a sense, yes. Marcus wants to believe that after he fled, someone else would have happened upon the scene sooner or later. Had Marcus had a less exuberant personality, he could have just laid low after he left the scene. But Marcus is such a larger-than-life person that had he quieted down, it would have looked suspicious. Instead, he had to play the role of a celebrity duelist to his best ability and pin the blame on someone else. Some of this regarding Steele's motives is speculation on my part. However, the defense asserts that this casts the prosecution's case over Terry Scrubb into question, and therefore serves as a source of reasonable doubt that Terry was even involved. The defense rests. Did we just wait for it? In that case, all that remains is for me to render my verdict unless Mr. Hawk has any closing remarks. I do not. Ooh. In the case of Terry Scrubb, on the sole charge of murder, I find the defendant not guilty. District Courthouse, Defendant Lobby C, December 8th, 4:25 p.m. Miss Aquila. Dylan. I don't even know what to say. Thank you might be a place to start. Oh yeah. Miss Aquila, thank you so much for all you've done. You're welcome, Terry. But I'm not the person you should be thanking. It's fine, Nina, really. Dylan? Yeah? Shut up for a sec. Without Dylan, none of us would be here, and you'd be on your way to the city jail right now. He's gone further than you would believe, every single day, to make sure we found out the eventual truth. He's a better friend than any of us deserve. You really did all that? I mean, maybe? Dylan? Fine. Yeah, I did. You're my bro. Ride or die, all that stuff. Thank you, Dylan. I don't know how I'm gonna make this all up to you. Actually, there's one thing you could help me out with. But it can wait until after we grab a donut or something. You want to come with us, Nina? I'll catch up with you later. I've got some personal business to take care of first. You're gonna be okay. We could come with you. It's fine, really. It's something I gotta do for myself. I'll see you in a bit. Just be careful when you leave. I saw quite a crowd of reporters outside. We could go out the back door. Screw that. We didn't go through all this show so we could slink out the back door. We're going out the front. Let us mosey. You got this. You got it. What a nice song. And oh shit. That's cool. They actually had a picture for this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, that's cool. What a freaking actuality of events. Now that's all over, I have a couple of loose ends to tie up. I need to go return this card to that person with a mask, and then just worry about that when the time comes. Let me guess. Talk to Anya Miller? I don't know how much is left, but I feel like I should just do it. Let's go return this card first. Warehouse number 8, Old Warehouse District, December 8th, 5:53 p.m. Hello? I'm back. Miss Aquila. I'm pleased to see that you returned. Just as Mall Ninja as last time, I see. I came to return this. Was it useful? Marcus Steele has been taken into custody. He's probably going to be tried for murder. Good. Tell me, why do you suppose Marcus took the actions that he did? His motive? Blackmail, I think. That is the cause, but not the reason. What? Blackmail is like the hand that moves the piece across the chessboard. I'm asking you not about the hand, but rather the intent in which it moves. Marcus took on him more than he could handle? He was a normal person playing in a sandpit filled with billionaires. Marcus said he brought so many booster packs. Was he in debt? Was it that simple? Keep going. He was in debt, but it was coerced by someone to try and get De Silva's card, but he failed. Did he want to go to prison? Good, Miss Aquila, you're starting to see the moves of the game. Marcus got desperate because he put himself in a place where he could easily be manipulated. When you owe money to powerful people and have no way to repay it, maybe prison is safer than walking the streets. Confessing to a crime like non-violent theft, or of something like a trading card would have been a short sentence, though perhaps long enough for his benefactor to forget about his mistake. But something I still don't understand. Were you the one who really broke into the safe? Why did you steal that card? You're not going to answer that, are you? Maybe I can get an answer about F. Who or what is F? Is it my imagination, or did I just see them flinch? Ask your jailbird friend. You mean Anya? Yes. Maybe I can get an answer about who are you? Surely you understand the irony in asking for the identity of a person wearing a mask and using a voice changer. I have to call you something. What if I need to contact you? If you ever need to contact me, you can call me via the payphone at the convenience store. Just dial 555-5428-3918. I will answer at my discretion. As for a name, you may refer to me as Livewire. Well, maybe I can get an answer about leave. What about, isn't there something else, somewhere else you should be, Miss Aquila? What do you mean? How does it go? As a good lawyer admits his defeats? I mean, admits their defeats, but celebrates their victories? That phrase. Where did you hear, this turn is over, Miss Aquila? Well played. Is that Nina? Nina? Who the hell is that? Interesting. Very interesting. Livewire, huh? There's so many questions for the future chapters. Okay, it's time. I've put this off for far too long. Time to head to the city jail. To the south, over the bridge, and on the way to the airport. This? City jail visitors area. Hey, did you want something? No, hang on. Aren't you the bartender from the casino? I work several jobs, but yes. They sound like they're having a pretty intense conversation. Best not to interrupt. They sound like they're having a... Okay. It's okay. I can do this. I think. Nina! It's great to see you. How have you been? Keeping busy, trying to keep the lights on. I saw this casino thing. It seems to have been quite a big deal. You know about that? Of course, I managed to snag a newspaper. You've been working cases for the last few weeks. It's no wonder you haven't been able to visit before now. Yeah. That is why you haven't visited, right? Why did you plead guilty at the trial? I actually managed to say it. Nina, we're not having this discussion again. Again? We never had it in the first place. I pleaded guilty because I was guilty. I shot my former protege twice and went on the run. No, you didn't. You were set up. Wait, is that why you haven't come to see me? Because you're still angry about that? Nina, I'm not going to argue. Anya, who is F? Why? How? Nina, you have to tell me. Why are you asking me about that? A mutual friend said I should ask you. A friend? Yeah, a real live wire. Nina, I don't know what's going on, but you need to listen to me. You're getting mixed up in something much bigger than you realize. I knew it. This is it, isn't it? This is why you pleaded guilty at the trial. Drop it. No. I guess I'll need to be the person to offer the olive branch. Anya, when you changed your plea to guilty without first discussing it with me, it was like you lost faith in me. After the trial, you didn't even speak to me. It was weird. Nina, I had no idea you felt this way. Please understand, I did this all to try and protect you. F is a case. A case? You know that long before I was a defense attorney, I briefly worked for the prosecutor's office? Yeah, you told me that not long after we met. This case is from back then. I've been looking into it on and off for a number of years alongside some help. What sort of help? An anonymous source. I suspect this is the same mutual friend that you just mentioned. But no matter what we did, we never managed to find any concrete leads. The evening I was arrested, my former protege asked for me to come over. I thought she might have had some info. You know the rest. Nina, I'm sorry if what I did hurt you. If it's any comfort, just know that this whole business cost me one protege. I'm not sure I could bear it if I lost you too. But who is doing all this? What do they want? Not now. I've already said too much. But what you've suggests that I failed and now you're part of this. Maybe you always were. If you're determined, I can't exactly stop you from looking into this from here. Just remember one thing. What? The person you spoke about, the one you said was a real live wire, when it comes down to it, never forget. No matter how useful a source they may seem, they are not your friend. I won't forget. Also, I'll visit again, sooner this time. I look forward to it. One more thing. Could you bring me a bag of Cheetos? Cheetos? Yeah, it's weird what you miss. I'll bring you a whole bag of junk food, assuming I could give you it. See you. Yeah, I want some Cheetos too now. I already had some. That went, well, okay, time to head back to the office. Well, time to finally finish this up. That's impossible. Sorry, but I don't know what to say. He sounds upset about something. My notes say that Jackie Marsden passed away several weeks ago. But how? She was the picture of health. Sir, I apologize if you find this distressing, but she committed suicide. She was found hanging in her cell. Her family would have been informed by the coroner. Or coroner. I'm not family, I'm just a friend. Jackie Marsden? The same Jackie Marsden who tried to burn down the campgrounds? She's dead? I'm just gonna go. Look, it's not my business, but are you gonna be okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. I just a lot to take in. What the hell? The frickin' cosplayer? Okay, I guess that'll be part of the next thing. Let's just go see what the hell... Apparently that's not even enough to be the frickin' cliffhanger. Let's just run back to the office. Am I actually running? I'm pretty sure I'm taking a car or something. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Damn it! Okay. Let's get this done. Home sweet home, I guess. The lights have gone out on the landing again. Seriously, this place is falling apart. Hopefully it's just a tripped switch. Surprise! Ah! What the? Welcome back, boss! What's all this? Kinda wanted it to be a surprise. A surprise? Everyone pitched in! They cleaned up everything? Oh my god, they did. You moved the boxes? We cleaned up the whole place. Walls, floors, ceilings. We took out 12 bags of trash. 12! We even did your laundry. You did my... Slight correction there. I offered to do the laundry. Well, I've got to say, you have surprisingly good taste and we're not having that conversation. The place looks the best it's looked in months. Did you organize this? It was a group effort. You haven't showed her the best part. Best part? A privacy screen? I mean, yeah, but there's something behind the screen too. A small gift from the Brotherhood's dormitory. Ta-da! It's just a hand-me-down. I love it. Thanks, Dylan. This means more than you can know. Thanks, everyone else. Thank everyone else too. You can do that yourself. We're thinking of heading out to grab some dinner, you know, to celebrate. You want to come? Sure. I'll wait for you by the door. Catch up with everyone else and come speak to me once you're ready to go. Damn, I am feeling literally just attached to this game as an Ace Attorney game. Well played. Well played. Can I actually, like, interact with stuff? They even filled the vending machine. It's empty, but at least it's clean. Dude, I want to actually interact with everything that they cleaned up. Got no reason to use the phone right now. Tele-PC. It's just an alarm clock. My laptop. No time to browse Reddit. Okay. Interact with an actual bed. I might just get my first good night's rest, sleep in weeks. Only place I can stash all of my clothes. I only installed the shower months ago. It's surprisingly handy. Needs a clean. They didn't clean the sink? How could they? What are you expecting, a great ball? No time for Reddit today. Alright. Legal books, blah 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 blah. Okay. Aren't you going to sue me? I broke your idea by summoning Cramius in the courtroom. Are you kidding? Do you have any idea how many people have made pre-orders for the next expansion just the last few hours? Plus, you put me in touch with Axel Reyes, who has big plans for the smartphone version of DFA. We'll need to relocate our sanctum to another city. But I'll be fine. What's next for you guys? My private jet is landing at the airport tomorrow morning. We just need to go see Joel's lawyer. Apparently we're both in his will. It's so sad how he died for no good reason. I'm not so sure there are any good reasons, but I get what you mean. We would have wanted the two of us to be happy. I think we're going to be. How's Raxeniel? He slumbers, for now. I hope you understand I never meant to cause trouble for either of you. I know, but I've had time to think things through. There was never going to be a good time to tell the board about our relationship. But I love Stella, and I was growing tired of not being able to express that. You old romantic. Maybe you should even thank me. Don't push it. What's next for you? I'm still wondering about that. To be honest, I spent the last few days trying to avoid thinking about the future. In a way, it feels like a dream. I assure you, it's real. Are you ready to head out? You know, after all this, there's just one thing I don't understand. What's that? So Marcus accidentally killed Joel Da Silva, but he left the room and just assumed someone would come by to take the fall? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It seems like he was leaving a lot to chance. Wouldn't it have been smarter to try and make sure someone came to the room right away? Was there any evidence that Marcus tried to make Terry visit Da Silva's room? Probably the Angry Bleeder. Right? Try to make Terry visit the room. Sorry. Oh yeah, this one. I think Marcus knew that Terry would go to Da Silva's room. How? Read De Silva's bleeder post. We've all read it many times. He's saying that what he thought of Terry's scrub. Are you certain? Read it again. Don't know what that scrub's problem was, but I'll make sure he never plays in the pro circuit again. Scrub, lowercase s, and only one b. A typo? Autocorrect? At first I thought so, but after what Stella said yesterday. The phrasing does seem out of character for him. I'm starting to think it was more significant than that. We all know that was posted very close to the time of De Silva's death. I don't think De Silva wrote that post at all. You think? That's right. I think that Marcus saw Terry's earlier game with De Silva from a distance as he arrived at the hotel. And he needed a fall guy to take the blame for De Silva's murder. I get it. Marcus didn't know Terry's name. That's right. Scrub in gaming culture refers to a salty competitor who talks a big game, but lacks the skills to back it up. De Silva knew Terry's name. He'd spoken to him, like Stella said, and to use a term like scrub was out of character for him. I think Marcus made that bleeder post from De Silva's smartphone before he left the hotel room. His gloves would have prevented him from leaving fingerprints on the scene. I get it. Still, this is all just a theory. We'll never know for sure unless Marcus admits it at his trial. You thinking of representing him? No. Seems like you had to think about that. It's really due to a conflict of interest because I've already spoken out against him in court. It would be improper. Terry, remember the despair you felt before I agreed to represent you? Yeah? It's hard to accept sometimes, but everyone deserves the protection of the law, even the guilty. No matter what they've done or how have acted, everyone needs someone to stand with them in court. Aquila defense in law isn't about finding people guilty or innocent, it's about standing up for someone when no one else will, and making sure that prosecution are kept in check. I guess. Okay everyone, time to move out. Where are we going? Thanks for options decide. Good idea. Terry? You do sushi. Sounds good to me. Go, we'll go to the Great Wave downtown. Just, who's paying? I'm kinda broke. I don't carry a wallet. Axel? Stella? What? You're billionaires. I didn't get rich by spending money frivolously, so I'm Nina. Wait up. Yeah, Nina. Just hold on a second. I'm sure you can afford a one-off. They did the thing. They did the thing that they do in Ace Attorney. I love it. It's so freaking shameless. Next time on Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle. What's the teaser? Racing? I know they're developing this chapter right now. Oh shit. Straight up. This is so cool. See, what did I tell you? The race isn't over yet. They're coming up to the 4 hairpins. It'll be fine. No one ever beats Ryoko in the downhill. So it's gonna be an initial D meme. Oh my god, is it gonna be initial D case? No one! It is initial E, legal Legal Eagle. Oh my god, I love this fucking game, dude. Hey Dylan, Wardrobe told me to deliver this to you. Is that? Oh hell no. What are you complaining about? Have you seen what I have to wear? The bunny girl thing with the wings? Yeah, with the wings. Want to switch? Just put on the uniform. I should have probably ended this earlier, but oops. Where do they even find one of these in adult size? You're asking where they bought an adult size school uniform? Because, never mind. Aquila channel, hello. Fan service time. Welcome to Aquila channel, a special viewer-facing segment where we talk to you, the viewer, player. Even these segments are homage to similar skits in Lucky Star, Gunbuster, and I don't even know, man. We're happy to introduce our new co-presenter, Dylan. Say hi, Dylan. Hi. Anyway, today's chapter was themed around several things, most notably collect and battle anime genre, but also the aspect of real-world trading card games. Attentive fans of trading card games will notice most of the cards mentioned in this chapter are homages to cards from different games. Did you spot them all? The critical piece of evidence, the Black Lily was based on the Black Lotus card, which is one of the more infamous cards in Magic the Gathering. Only 1,000 of these cards were ever printed. In the 2019 auction, only one of them was sold for over $160,000. From an early point, it seemed fun that the critical piece of evidence would be one of these super rare cards. I also want to hang on. Just read the cue cards. That's what I'm doing. We also want to take this chance to thank Little Karibo for his abridged anime videos, which served as an inspiration. I fucking knew it. There's so many freaking references to that, to Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. However, to help bolster proceedings, a second act twist was needed. It was thought a robbery would be interesting. There's no grander robbery than that of a casino. Plus, casinos and cards go together, so it was a good match for the chapter's setting. When the time came to research this, it was assumed that the casino heists were just something done in movies. There have been a surprising number of heists in real life. Even many were not successful. It's so cool seeing how much work was put into like the story writing. There have been some genuine robberies where casino patrons have been robbed at gunpoint or similar. Other heists have involved clever patrons finding creative ways to cheat at the tables. In 2004, a group of patrons stole over $2 million from a casino in London, using high-tech devices to protect roulette. While a group of students from MIT are believed to have made 22 million over 20 years via card counting. Of course, speaking as a lawyer, what makes this interesting is whether you consider these stealing in a legal sense. That's because they involved people having ways to predict the outcome of a casino game. You probably start to see how Chapter 2 came together on paper. Super rare trading cards, collect and battle anime, and casino robberies where people predicted the outcome of games. Hermaeus, an agent who could tell people the future, was a way of tying this all together. The final theme of the character was of Nina's character arc, overcoming her anxiety over what had happened in the previous trial. The previous chapter introduced Nina was too short to explore much about what sort of person she was. Chapter 2 was intended to fix that. Of course, these are just the main threads of the plot. A lot of other stuff are packed in there too. If you have questions or want to talk about the themes of this chapter, join the Nail Discord. You can find the link on the game's itch.io page. Now it's time for us to sign off, but before we go, remember, after playing this game, please consider leaving a review on itch.io. A review can just be a star rating, but it makes an enormous difference to how many people try out this game. It takes seconds, but it's one of the most helpful things that fans can do to support an indie game. And tell your friends, Chapter 3 promises to be an exciting high-speed thrill ride. If you like the second taste of Nina, Aquila, Legal Eagle, that makes you a nailer. Stick to the script. Anyways, watch out for Chapter 3. Legal Stage! Okay, I'm heading back to my room and taking this off. Really? I think it's cute. Really? What do you think, Nina? You don't want to know. Right, off it comes. Whoa. Don't just undress while on set. Alright, well there it is. Ethan Fox. Nice. Good job on this chapter and everybody who worked on this as well. Very good job. I think it might have just mainly been Ethan Fox. So there it is. Chapter 2 of Legal Eagle. Sorry for the very long finale, but I wanted to just wrap it up. I didn't know how much was going to be left. I thought I was going to be ending very soon, and I didn't want to have a very short last episode. But there it is. Everything is all wrapped up, except for all the things that aren't, which might be covered in the future chapters as they're released. And whenever they're released, I will play them on this channel for sure, because I love this. I really love what you did. Good job, Ethan Fox. And I hope you guys all enjoyed watching this series, because I really, really enjoyed playing it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a great day. Let me know what you guys think about this whole series so far. I'm really curious to know, especially if you've played Ace Attorney before, or if you've not played Ace Attorney before. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, because I am super curious to know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys all have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next series. See ya!